Welcome to a video from thedigital-lifestyle.com. This is my new sound set for the Modwave. This is the Korg Karma collection, volume 1, which is strings and pianos. These are all sampled from my Korg Karma, which is over there. And Korg Karma is actually the same sound engine as the Korg Triton. So this was released in 2001, the Karma. It has the algorithmic sequencing built into it, but what I focused on with this set is the actual sounds themselves. So these are the programs that I've actually sampled, and these are 33 of those that I've put into performances. And you can hear pianos, 90s pianos, 2000 pianos. You can hear the string sounds, some Moss sounds as well, which was the board that goes in. It's in there, which is like a physical modeling engine. So there's some Moss sounds in there as well. So this collection, you download the samples through the zip file's got all the samples in. It's Korg Sample Builder. You can use it to transfer it to your Modwave, and then you can get these performances in there and you can play them. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate some of these sounds now, and you can then see what they sound like. So the first one I sampled is actually called 90s Piano on the Karma. It came out in 2001, so it's just a 90s style one based probably on the M1 piano, but I find it quite useful. Even now it's got that certain characteristics. And it's got a bit of, not just got the piano in there, it's got a nice string sound. So if you're going for that sort of late 90s, early 2000s sound, then that's really great. So what I've done with the next one, 90s Dream, is actually a combination of the 90s piano, which you've just heard, along with a sample called Dreamy Synth, which is from the Moss board, which I've done as a separate performance as well. But to combine them together, gives you a nice layered sound there. Analog strings. A nice warm sound. Again, Pet Shop Boys, that one, isn't it? 90s, 2000. This one was called Analog Velvet on the Karma, which is very similar. Again, really nice usable sound. This one was called Arco Strings. More of a sample type sound. And another sample one, well, they're all samples from the Karma, but another one that it sounds very sample is a few bows here. This one is a Hyrbrid EP. It's a bit DX70, very 80s. I have put some effects on these as well, so I sampled them as they were from the Karma, and then I've added sometimes some chorus, a bit of compression, sometimes some reverb on them as well. Nice strings, Legarto Strings. And the next two is, there's a few drum kits in there, and one of the boards that I've got in there is the Vintage Archives. So some of these from the Vintage Archives set as well. You can get the board works in the Triton as well. One of the drum kits that comes with that is Lounge Kit. So I've multi-sampled this. So you've got all the sounds. So you've got all the sounds that are in there as separate samples. I've also put together in using the arpeggiator to create some sequences on there as well. So here I put them into a little sequence using the arpeggiator and the motion sequencer as well, because on the Modwave you can't re-trigger samples, so I couldn't create a pattern like you can on the wave state. It's a different kind of sequencer, but using this trick of the combination of the sequencer and the mod sequencer and the arpeggiator, you can have some interesting effects. I've done a separate video on how to do this technique anyway, so you've got something like that. And then in the right hand, or the layer B, I've got a little bit of a sequence. And you can put them together. So just a bit of fun with that. You can try your own thing with that one. The next section are all MOS samples, which is the board that goes in there that does physical modeling. It does analog style synthesis as well, but it's analog modeling synthesis. So what this one called Glisten. I really like that sort of low effect. So that was one of the samples. And what I did is I took the slow attack off that, just trimmed it to give you this fast attack version. And then this one, this attack section, is a combination of both. So I quite like that sound. So that's just how you can play about with the samples. This one is a MOS Dream Synth. And then another MOS one. So next one is called Oberpad, which I guess when they were creating that, they were trying to model an Oberheim. So it's a nice and then we've got MOS Rich Strings. Now a few of the electric pianos. There's quite a few on the Karma, and this one is called Nighttime EP. And then we've got Phat Analog Piano, as it's called on the Karma. And Phantom of Time. So another electric piano one. And we've got Piano Pad. It's a really nice pad sound. That is because I've used a combination of a stereo piano and an analog strings from which you heard earlier on. And another sample one. Next one is called R&B Piano, And this one has an effect built into it of sort of that record effect, record scratchy vinyl type effect, which is one of the insert effects, but that's captured in the sample. So you can hear that. And then we've got Romance Piano. It's a really nice piano. And Soft Grand, which is off the pianos module that's in there. So at the time, that I think that was a pretty good piano. Now it doesn't sound great as these multi-gigabyte sampled ones, but it was good for the time. And there's a stereo version, which doesn't sound a million miles away from the M1 piano. It's quite a bright piano sound. But we've got a quartet. And then we've got stereo strings. And a studio stage EP. Doesn't sound that realistic, but that's got a nice character to it. We've got a sweeping EP. So I like that one. And symphonic bows. Then we've got SynPiano X. Which has kind of got that little bit of grittiness to it, which has a nice character. So those are the samples. It's just the first batch that I've done from the Karma. I want to see what the reaction is before I do any more. So I'll download the zip file. And open up the zip file, and then from Sample Builder, browse. Then there's two ways you can work with this. If you already have your own bank in Sample Builder, which is what I do. So this is my own bank with all my multi-samples in. You can then add a multi-sample, and you'll find wherever you unzipped it, just navigate through it, and you'll find so find where you've unzipped them. It'll be in a different layout to this because this is my sort of working directory. But browse. So if you wanted the Romance Piano, you can browse that and add that Romance Piano to your existing multi-sample and send that over. If you don't have a bank already, what you can do is open one of my banks, say this one, and that's just got the samples in, and you can send that over as well. I've got a full video on this, so if you get stuck with this, please follow that video guide. It'll explain all of this. So give it a try. If you've got a wave state, this sample bank will work for the wave state. I've got a separate set of performances as well, so I'm going to do a separate video and a separate download for wave state. So just hang on for that one. Subscribe and you'll get notified when that video is out ready with the sound pack. So thanks for watching this one. Thanks to everybody that supported the channel so far, the Patreon supporters, and the people that have purchased the premium sound packs on digitalifestyle.com as well. There's an analog set and there's a new set for the wave state as well that's just been released. So give these a go. Let me know what you think. If you like them, I'll do some more. The machine's there waiting to be sampled. I just want to get your feedback to see whether it's worth me doing. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.